Hey guys, I'm Adam from the Utopia of Nerd News, and I'm here to give you a review on the movie The Wolverine. And this review will be slightly different because this movie review, Sarah was unable to join me, so this time it's just me. So let's just go right into it. And the first thing is Hugh Jackman. I mean, he is Wolverine. Nobody's ever been Wolverine prior to him. He's been this for, I believe, Days of Future Past is going to be his 7th time as the Wolverine in a movie, which is more than any other actor's ever been a superhero in the movies. I mean, it's pretty ridiculous, and I couldn't even think or fathom another actor that could get anywhere near his level with this character. I mean, this is him. You know, Hugh Jackman is the Wolverine, and really, I mean, you know what to expect from him within the role, and I mean, he is just that. He's one of the few actors I will actually say is I truly believe a great actor. I don't like to use that word too much because I believe that too many actors do too similar roles, but he's somebody who can pull off almost any role, whether it's Wolverine where he's, you know, this awesome badass with the big claws and just takes people out, or singing in Les Miserables, or whatever, you know, he's doing. He can do it perfectly. I mean, The Prestige, he was great in that, and that's a very different role. He has a huge range, okay? That's all I'm saying, you know? He's one of the few actors I'll actually give the title of a great actor to. You know what to expect with a Wolverine at this point with him. That's what he is. So, the next one to talk about would be Tao Akamoto, who is Mariko, who's a huge, huge character. Even if there's big chunks of the movie she's not in it, she's still a major focal point of the story, and I believe Tao did a pretty good job with it. I think she had the kind of that kind of feel where you're like, yeah, you know, he should protect her, kind of rejuvenate his life a bit. He needs it, and I think she did a good job with it. I don't think there's anything else to really say about it. And the next one is Rila Fukushima, I believe, something along that line, for Yukio, who I thought she was my favorite of the kind of new actors into this. I think one, the character itself was really, really cool. She's just kind of a badass. She's got like dyed hair, she's got a sword, she does flips, she takes care of people. She's really cool. And I suppose kind of minor spoilers is she seems to be a character they're wanting to bring back for Days of Future Past, even as another action hero and another female action hero. It's just kind of interesting because she's not a mutant at all. I don't know, I really liked the character. I thought she was fun. She wasn't done wrong, because I think a lot of times when people go like, hey, we need to have a strong female action hero, they kind of do things a little bit wrong. I think she's done very well in the fact that they didn't focus on trying to sexualize her or do any of those kinds of things. She was just her own character, doing what she thought was right, and I really liked that. So the next one, first off, let me just say I'll probably butcher this name. If you're from Russia or somewhere in the former Soviet Union region, excuse me for my bad English pronunciation, but Svetlana Kochnikova, something along those lines, but she played the Viper, who was kind of one of the two main villains in this, and I really think that they should have utilized her a bit more. I thought she was pretty cool, actually. She kind of had this evil look to her. She was very attractive. I don't know, she had some really cool mutant powers, and there really weren't a lot of mutants in this. We'll go more into the Silver Samurai aspect of not having his mutant powers in this, but I don't know, I thought she was really cool. She was a mastermind. She's plotting and planning, but it was all very behind the scenes, and I wish we could have had a bit more time with her, because personally, as a personal preference, I love a well filtered out villain who you know a lot about and they really build up to, and I wish we could have seen a bit more with her and Wolverine, both in speaking to each other, not just evil glances, and fighting between each other, because they really didn't do a ton of that. So, as far as the directing goes, James Mangold, the director of this, has really done two bigger kind of movies in the past. I believe in 2005 he did Walk the Line, the Johnny Cash movie with Joaquin Phoenix, and he also did 3:10 to Yuma, which was a western, but it was a very cool western with really good storytelling and drama behind it. I really think this movie in particular was kind of a tale of two stories. I think what they were kind of building up, if you listen to their pre-stuff about the movie, they really wanted to delve deep into the kind of feelings of Wolverine and his insides, and even kind of the ramifications of the X-Men Last Stand movie that sucked. I think they did that really well. These parts of the movie I loved. I absolutely loved the drama and the middle chunk of this movie. I loved how well they did the Wolverine and his. You always know what he's feeling, and you can see his progression as a person. It is really cool, and some of the different actors and things like that. But the other side of the story, as I said, the Tale of Two Stories, was he's never worked with any kind of a superhero movie or even a sci-fi movie, which would be kind of a similar thing. The CGI was atrocious. The Silver Samurai was disgusting looking. It looked nasty. I'm very upset. We'll go a little bit more into that later. The bear in the very beginning of the movie, if you watch this movie, you know what I'm talking about. The bear in the beginning looked awful. That was one of the ugliest things I have seen in a long time in movies. It was so bad. They definitely cut costs on it. You know, I actually really liked the way they changed his claws, because they wanted to go for that because like in the comic books, he doesn't just cut slashing down, he can kind of cut backward too, and they never added that into the movies until now, and I really like the way they did his claws. They look really nice. They almost look kind of like katana blades almost popping out. They were really cool looking. That was definitely where they had their focus on the CGI aspects. Continuing on with that samurai thing I was talking about earlier, maybe the thing I disliked the most, even more than the atrocious looking CGI in the movie, they did to the Silver Samurai what they did in Wolverine Origins with Deadpool. They took the character, they're like, hey, I'm going to completely create something and destroy what was originally there. Originally, the Silver Samurai was a person and a mutant, and his power was he could energize weapons almost kind of in a way, and he would have his katana, aka powered up, so it could cut through anything in the world except for adamantium, which made him kind of the perfect villain for Wolverine, and they were very equally matched. And I think that narrative I would have definitely preferred, not just for the historical part of the character and the origination of the story that was used for the movie, but I think it would have just been better. I mean, in this version, they had it so the family that would have been the Silver Samurai's family were anti-mutant type of people who abused all sorts of things, and they kind of threw in the Silver Samurai armor as a family heritage thing, and then they were built up as the super wealthy, like almost Google type entity in Japan, and they bought just tons and tons of adamantium because he wanted to replicate Wolverine, and they built him into this giant like robot suit thing, and I don't know, it was ugly CGI. It was really stupid. Like I hated the last 15 minutes of this movie, and it was really saddening because I was loving the middle parts and the story and the character building and all that stuff in the middle. It's kind of heartbreaking. It was maybe worse so than I don't know if I can say it was worse than Star Trek. I hated that cop-out ending. Anyway, I don't know, the last 15-20 minutes where they started doing the Silver Samurai, and I was just, they should have done the mutant and the awesome one-on-one showdown with the two. It would have been a much cooler thing, but that's me, I guess. So, that was my thoughts on the movie. What were your thoughts? Did you like the CGI, the bear even? Did you like the middle parts with the story and the character growth? Did you like the Silver Samurai and the way they decided to morph and change him into a giant robot? Did you like the Days of Future Past thing at the end of the movie with the old X-Men kind of uniting? Like, what things did you like? What things did you not like? Please tell me in the section below, and I'll see you guys next time.